After 86 consecutive days of no measurable precipitation in the desert Southwest, Mother Nature gave us her best shot back in August.
Oh, that would never happen to my tree. I mean, I thought mine was salt because it was here before I bought the house.
Heavy rainfall, accompanied by some hail and very gusty winds, damaged our property, but not our spirits.
I won't have any more shade, but I just thank God that my house is still standing.
Before that severe weather came very tragic bloodshed. A field worker found the body of a woman in an orange grove earlier this year.
Welton mother of 3, Crystal Figueroa. 3 have been indicted by a grand jury on first-degree murder charges. They are 30-year-old Jose Jimenez, 24-year-old Brandy Mikowski, and 23-year-old Andres Flores Galindo.
The main defendant in this case, Jose Jimenez, who claims he didn't do it.
Like I'm culprit and I'm guilty of all these charges, and that's not true. And I'm being looked at like a dirtbag around like nothing, you know.
Trial is set to start early next year.
I'm gonna miss seeing him.
The death of a little boy caught a Yuma neighborhood completely off guard. 3-year-old Darian died from a gunshot the morning after grandmother Rachel Spry admitted to using methamphetamine. Darian found his grandmother's gun in her purse before he accidentally shot himself.
He was always so smiley and waving and talked to us whenever he was outside and whenever we would come home. And, you know, the not knowing exactly what happened is the hardest part. But
a man respected by the Yuma community lost his life while protecting and serving. Officer Tim Huffman had responded to the scene of a crash on I-8 just outside Yuma. That's when prosecutors say commercial truck driver Jorge Espinosa crashed full speed into 5 vehicles at the scene, ultimately killing Huffman.
Dashcam video from inside the truck during the incident shows the driver's phone fly out of his hand during the crash.
Meantime, Espinosa is out on bail. The trial date has not been set.
Oímos un estruendo horrible y como una lluvia de lumbre.
A house in San Luis, Sonora, leveled by an explosion.
An explosion shook the city of San Luis Rio Colorado. Even people on the U.S. side of the border reported hearing the blast.
It happened less than 3 miles from the border. Investigators determined a gas tank leak inside the home caused that destructive blast. Thankfully, no one was hurt in the incident.
Amber, will you call 911, please?
Excuse me, sir, but I do not feel comfortable with you being here, and I'd like for you to leave.
Back in March, we saw Arizona Senator Don Shooter on camera confronting a teacher at the Yuma Private Industry Council. Shooter claims his grandson's teacher had repeatedly bullied him in spite of the student's medical disability. Prosecutors filed 3 charges against Shooter, including criminal trespassing. Shooter has since admitted he should have tried another way. A grim fate for one man after a very brutal murder. A judge sentenced Manuel Bustamante Jr. to 2 life sentences plus more than 35 years for the murder of 33-year-old Kendall Smith of Yuma. Bustamante beat him to death with a baseball bat in a drug deal gone wrong. In a rare bipartisan display, the House unanimously agreed this weekend to pay furloughed government workers. That's great news for Yuma. It was a pretty bumpy ride this year for the employees at Yuma Proving Ground. Workers were sent home several times in 2013 because of furlough days, after sequestration earlier this year, and more recently after Congress failed to pass a budget on time.
We were at a 100% stop, so now we're in the process of starting up again.
Steadily, Yuma Proving Ground has gotten back on its feet. A shocking twist in a fight by the river that was all caught on camera.
Got him?
He's shaking us?
What?
A violent fight along the Colorado River on June 9th, caught on tape, left one person in critical condition after he was stabbed. But now that man, 21-year-old Benjamin Castro, is behind bars facing charges of attempted second-degree murder and aggravated assault.
Iris Silva was behind bars for hindering prosecution in this case, but prosecutors never filed a complaint. Finally, this year, 2 hit-and-runs made headlines, one of which took the life too soon of a Yuma teen.
The family of 14-year-old Mary Rodriguez is still in shock after her tragic death. Mary was riding her skateboard south on Avenue B just before 5 a.m. Saturday when a driver traveling east on 24th Street struck her and then took off. Mary was flown to a Phoenix hospital, but it was too late.
And it took some time to get the smile back on 3-year-old Michael's face after the driver of a truck ran him over and drove off. Michael was playing on his scooter when the truck hit him. The crash broke his pelvis, but not his innocence, and the entire community applauded his recovery.